Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel. My name is Slay. I am a mother of two and we are a family of four on a financial journey of becoming completely debt free, where we plan on paying off over $29,000 of debt and taking you guys step by step and payment by payment along the way. If you're new to this channel, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope you enjoyed this content and decide to stay. And if you guys are returning, thank you guys so much for your continued support as we navigate through this journey. You guys, I'm so sorry if my voice sounds weird. We've been having like the strangest weather here in Oregon. We've had snow with sun and storm. It's just a mess. And so I feel like it's really messing with me. So in today's video, we are going to be going over our April budget. If you guys are new to our channel, our family recently took a pay cut, just temporary. And so this is going to be the first month where we're actually going to see it reflected and seeing what that actually means for our budget, if it's sustainable, or if we're going to have to figure out another way to make things work. So I'm using the Papers by Jessica Ann. If you're interested in this planner, I did a whole walkthrough of this planner on my channel. So be sure to check that out if this is a planner that you've been thinking about. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into April's budget. So one of the things that happened that I really didn't anticipate happen is I did our monthly budget before I decided to take a step back from working extra hours and just getting a little bit more of my time back. And you guys, the budget change is night and day. It is such a big difference. So let's go through it. So for our, let me go ahead and do this and zoom us in. I already wrote down our expenses. That way it's just easier because our expenses do not change. So for income, we are going to always anticipate on the lowest end possible. And so for us, we know that we will bring in $4,700 no matter what. If it's higher than that, wonderful, but at least that way we can kind of work around our bare bones budget. And then as we receive the extra income, are able to fill in, sinking funds or savings challenges. But for us, I think it's always important to budget what you know you're going to bring in. And then the extra, of course, when it comes in, definitely budget that. But don't over budget and then have to go back and take some things out. So for our expenses, I'll just do a quick walkthrough. So we are homeowners, and so our mortgage is $1,563. We honestly, you guys, I don't even know how that happened. It kind of just all played out, God's plan. I kind of talked about how we became homeowners, and I am so grateful for that seller and her just wanting a younger family to move in and live and grow in their home. And so that is our mortgage payment. We do have a $60 HOA payment. In addition, we have our cell phones, and that is at $135. Here's the thing. I'm going to put a little note right here. I'm going to work on calling them because we also have an Apple Watch on this plan. However, you guys, my husband never ever uses his Apple Watch. So I'm going to see if I can either sell it or just trade it in or whatever the case is and get a credit, and that will lower this. I don't believe that we have any payments on it. I don't think we do, but I do know that it's on a service plan. The next thing that we have is our internet, so that is $150 a month. Our electric bill, you guys, it does tend to fluctuate. So last month it was $400, but as we move into the spring and summers, you guys, it does this insane drop. I mean, it will go from like $400 to $60. It is an insane drop. So I'm just going to go ahead and budget $300. I do know though that there's a good chance that that will change or that will not be the amount just because of how it fluctuates. If you guys remember, last year they gave me the option to do what's called like a 12-month plan, where they take all your monthly bills and just give you one set amount, and then that's what you're paid. And at the end of your yearly cycle, then they'll go back and adjust it higher or lower based off your usage. So I think at the end of summer, I'm going to start doing that. So that might change. And then hopefully going forward in 2024, we're able to have a set number to look at rather than having this ever-changing, fluctuating bill. We have our car insurance at $118. That is going to probably be going down because we pay our insurance semi-annually, and we had just recently switched insurances. If you guys remember that whole ordeal with the pay as you go. So we ended up switching the company because it was just a mess. So I'm sure because, of course, we didn't have any accidents or tickets, that would potentially go down. For our car payment, it stays the same at $235. We are a one vehicle family, you guys. So, oh, you guys, you know what? I'm not going to put out in the universe, but the idea of a second car has been a lot lately. And I know that it would mean to add debt. So I'm really trying to hold off as long as we possibly can. But especially as it's getting warmer, it's the sports season, our children are getting a little bit older. Having two vehicles will definitely make our lives a lot more easier and a lot more functionable. For our debts, we have, if you guys remember, when we started our debt payoff journey, we had 4 personal loans. We ended up paying one of those off in full, which is absolutely amazing. So we have the remaining 3, which is $88 a month, $101 a month, and $211 a month. And then for our credit cards, when we started off paying our debt, we started with 5 credit cards. We're now down to the last 2, which is even more exciting. And that has a minimum payment of $67, and that has a payment of $73. If you guys have never watched one of our debt payoffs, you'll learn that all of these amounts are really kind of close knit together as far as balances. So I don't want to share where we're at now, but I do a video at the end of every month where I show you our debt payoff, where we're at, the updates on all of that. And then we have Xbox. So we do have all of our streaming services are technically free. We do like a family share plan with our family members. However, we do have Xboxes, so we do pay for a membership or subscription through there. I do know a lot of you said to get a Fire Stick. When I was speaking to my husband about it, he also mentions that he does play games, and so that also helps correlate with it. So I wouldn't be able to get rid of that, but I'm thinking, what if I did like the annual plan? If there's any way to save on that front of it. Because the goal is that I don't always want to be in this phase of increasing income. I want to get my expenses low. I want to be able to get my time back like I have right now and be able to have a slow paced day or a fast paced day, and really to be able to determine how I want my day to go rather than being told how I want my day to go in order to pay off debt. So if I can get some of these expenses lower or keep the money that we have coming in rather than making more, that is the ultimate goal. So the next thing that we have is M&F. So that stands for Motherhood and Finances. As you guys know, I have a YouTube channel. I also have an Instagram. I'm trying out TikTok. It's interesting. TikTok's interesting to me. So where I got this number from, 194, I am needing to upgrade. So right now I film on my phone and I can only film one video at a time. And so as you guys know, that could be really time consuming. So what I ended up doing is I went on Apple and I saw, I'm sorry, not that I film on my phone, I edit on my phone. So I went on Apple and I saw that they now have their, what do they call it? Apple introduced like their version of Klarna, or what is the, like where you have the installment plans. And I was wanting to look at a laptop and an iPad just to be able to use for motherhood and finances. Well, when I started thinking about it, I was like, why don't I just treat this like a bill and put the money aside like a sinking fund rather than that instant gratification? Clearly, this has been working for me. It is working great. It does take a little bit more time, but I also need to remember that not everything needs to happen instantly. It's okay if things take a little bit longer. It's okay if things take a little bit more time. And so that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to incorporate this in our personal budget. If you guys are unfamiliar how we get paid on YouTube, it's anytime you guys watch our videos, our ad videos in particular, we get paid a portion of it called through Google AdSense. So my plan is just to put out content out there. Hopefully it's content that you guys find valuable and enjoyable. And then kind of figure out a way on increasing an income through that route. But ultimately, you guys, I just like making videos. And the one thing that I really told myself when I started this channel is that this is just going to be my personal journey. It's our family's personal journey on becoming debt free. It's our video diary. It's showing people how things do and don't work for us as a family of four, and a growing family at that. So that all comes out to $3,310. Yes, of course, if we need to, we could take out this $194. My goal is I don't want to do that. I don't really ever do anything for myself as a mom of 2 young children and a wife. I tend to do a lot for other people. So this is the one thing, if I can keep in the budget, I would really, really want to, just solely for the fact that it is going to go back into a business, which ends up helping out the family in general. So that is going to leave a remaining $1,390. Okay, now let's get into the nit and gritty of this. So we are a cash envelope user family. So if you're unfamiliar with what a cash envelope user family is, essentially what it is we pay physical cash for all of our variable expenses. So think gas, groceries, eating out, household. And that really helps us focus in on our spending. And when you're actually seeing what you're spending, you have that realization moment like, oh, dang, do I have enough? If I spend this, would I be happy with what I have left? And so having those moments of realization definitely help us navigate and make sure that we're spending on what brings us value. Our word for 2023 is the word intentional. That is what we're focusing on, being intentional in our mind, body, soul, faith, finances, everything all in one. And so for us, that is the route to go. And what I really like about it is that we step them on a weekly basis. So at the end of each week, I normally go through and see how much we have left over, at which point we then decide, do we want to put it towards sinking funds, to debt, towards savings? And it's really fun. It becomes a game with myself of how much can I save? If I have $40 in this budget, can I try to only spend 30 and save the 10? So it becomes a little game that I have with myself. So for our cash envelope categories, we have gas, we have groceries, we have eating out, we have household, we have family fun, and I am going to add this one, and this one is coffee. And we'll talk about it in just a second. So let me go ahead and zoom in just a little bit. Perfect. So we're working with $1,390. So for gas, we do $75 a week or $300 a month. For our groceries, I do $100 a week or $400 a month. I always get asked, how am I able to keep my grocery budget so low? And I say this time and time again, I am a huge advocate for coupons and pickup orders. So when you do pickup orders, you just eliminate all of those impulse purchases, especially if you have kids. You eliminate all of them trying to grab things and put it in the cart. That constantly saying, not right now, honey, we got to do this one instead of this one. So one, it helps with that, especially if you have little ones like I do. But two, it also helps you with your meal plan. It also helps you be able to price check at a quicker and easier at a glance view. And being able to say, okay, if I need, let's say, a tomato, and this one's on sale and this one's not, I'm going to pick that one. And so tomato's probably not the best one. But if we do like cereal, right? And be able to see the options. I don't know if you guys have a Safeway around you, but that is my grocery store of choice. They always have amazing coupons, amazing deals, and pretty much I will probably end up getting about $200 worth for $100. I pretty much always get about 50% off when I use the coupons, because what we like to do is we take a look at what's on sale and then we meal plan around it. My grocery budget is also kind of sort of a giving budget. If we see a lot of things on sale at like insanely discounted prices, like I think a few weeks ago we saw like boxes of graham crackers for like 19 cents. We ended up getting, of course, the limit that you could get, and we ended up donating those. So I will also leave a little bit buffer in our budget in case we do get any of those insane deals. We do have a local food pantry that we like to give to. And so also just being able to know that couponing does a lot of good, especially if you are able to take the time to kind of understand how that store or where you're going's couponing system works, what you need, how to use them, how to kind of stack them or use the points. It is absolutely game changer. As you guys know, I have a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old, and then my husband, and then we have two pups. So this budget works great for us. As of right now, there's no need to do it. I did originally have my grocery budget higher when we were going to Costco, but that's because Costco doesn't do coupons. So I decided, even though Costco does bulk, it really wasn't getting the bang for my buck as I expected it to do. So I just went ahead and went back to using Safeway. Okay, the next thing that we have for our monthly budget is eating out, and that's going to be at $100. So that comes out to $25 a week. So the thing with eating out, you guys, excuse me, the thing with eating out is that it has just not been giving what it has been supposed to give. Every time we have been going out, I just feel like I have this super high expectation of what the food is going to be like or what everything's going to be like. And then I get there and I'm like, I could have made something better at home. And I've had this the last few times back to back. So I think that's kind of all what I needed to kind of push my foot off the brake and be like, okay, Lay, you can cook more at home. You could do a better job if you just made it at home. And again, I don't need that instant right now. I can take the time to make the meal. I know it's going to be better. I know I'm going to save money ultimately on it. So that is the thing, especially right after going grocery shopping. That's the thing. So I'm going to go ahead and budget $25 for that. I'm sorry, $100 a month or $25 a week. The next thing that we have is our household budget, and that is going to get $250. This budget actually went up. I normally do $50 a week for our household budget. If you are new to our channel, our household budget consists of 4 categories in one. So it's each of our children, our home, and our pets. And so what I like to do is I like to shop for them on a weekly rotation basis. That way I just make sure that I'm not overwhelming myself shopping for everybody in the house at one time. And I'm able to roll that money over. So for our pets, I roll that money over to their sinking funds. Our children may get a special treat at the end of the month, whatever it takes place. However, I am needing to increase this because when it comes to our children, they're now in sports. So we started T-ball this week, which has been so much fun. It is so exciting. So I just need to add that in case I need to get anything during their weeks for that sport as well. The next thing that we have is family fun. So I'm just going to go ahead and budget $40. And that is because, like I just mentioned, it is T-ball season. So we are pretty booked throughout the week. And so this will just be like if we have any last minute birthday parties we need to go to or attend to, or if we have like on a whim event that we're going to attend. And then the last thing that we have is coffee for myself and my husband. And so what would happen is we put our coffee in our eating out budget, and what we learned is that we weren't giving each budget the same amount. So we're just gonna have a separate budget for coffee. Really, it should really only be me, myself, and my husband. We used to go get our children hot chocolates and from like Starbucks or Dutch Bros, and it is absolutely insane. So I just got a bulk one at home and some marshmallows and whipped cream. Again, you guys, I can make it at home and it's probably going to be better and I'm going to save the money. It's just I need to get out of this mindset of needing it instantly and needing it right now. So that would be $10 a week or a coffee for each of myself and then my husband. So that is going to be $1,130, leaving us a remaining $260. Like I mentioned, you guys, this budget is worst case scenario. Of course, we're going to work our hardest to increase our income throughout the month. But for right now, that is what we're working with. So for our emergency fund, we are just going to be putting $100 into that, leaving us a remaining $160. And for our snowball payment, that is going to be where the $160 comes into. There is nothing remaining, so that is our zero-based budget. If you're unfamiliar with how the snowball method works, essentially I have a list of all of our debts, smallest to largest, and we throw this payment at it weekly or monthly. And then once that debt's paid off, we take that minimum balance, apply to the next debt, and keep working the plan. Now, because I stuff these on a weekly basis, whatever we have for rollover, each week we go through it with you guys and we kind of decide where we want to put it from our sinking funds to our savings to our debt. But that is going to be it for our April monthly budget. If you guys enjoy budgeting, cash stuffing, and playing with me, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button for more content. As always, if you guys are on a financial journey as well, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to support you and your channel. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.